Entrances is a Horizon 2020 project that, while advocating for clean energy transition, studies its impacts and proposes a set of recommendations for selected coal and carbon-intensive regions in Europe. The project aims to address the social challenges faced by these regions under the transition process, taking into account multi-dimensional perspectives and involving different key players at territorial, regional, national, European and global levels. In this video, we will see how 6 European carbon-intensive regions are experiencing a structural change due to the clean energy transition process, and what are their main challenges and coping strategies. The economy of the southern Italian region of Brindisi has been mainly based on the energetic and chemical industries. The planned phase-out of coal and decrease of coal plant activities is creating an economic and societal vacuum, generating a series of issues Brindisi has to tackle. To address the situation, Brindisi began implementing a strategy of territorial development to harness the potential of the touristic and maritime sector, as well as to diversify the local economy. The As Pontes thermal power plant is a coal-fired and natural gas-fired power plant located in the town of As Pontes in the province of A Coruña, a region that had 2 of Spain's largest thermal power plants and became gravely dependent on carbon. The closure in 2020 of the Mairama plant, together with the announced closure of the As Pontes plant, has had a serious impact on the economy and the well-being of local societies, generating a number of challenges that are affecting the region to this day. In the case of As Pontes, the change process began with companies being invited to open businesses in the As Pontes industrial complex as a way to start the diversification of the regional economy and the transformation of the municipalities. In the southeast of Austria, we find the region of Upper Styria, where steel production has existed since the 17th century, and its industry has shaped this part of the country throughout history. The clean energy transition and decarbonisation has generated a number of challenges for the centennial steel industry, which is now in the middle of a process of transformation. Today, a range of production sites have begun to produce CO2-neutral steel, and the plan is to decarbonise the whole production by 2050. With the help of electricity and green hydrogen as energy carriers. In southwestern Norway, we can find the oil and gas capital of the country, Stavanger. For the last 50 years, Stavanger has grown its existence around these 2 heavily polluting industries. The fact that oil and gas are viewed as both major resources and major pollutants has created an identity crisis for the region, as well as a series of challenges due to the dependence on these industries. To address its oil and gas identity crisis, Stavanger has been including green technologies in its industry and began to implement a series of actions to transition to cleaner energy. Port Talbot in South Wales has long been synonymous with steelmaking in the UK, and it has been affected by deindustrialisation and globalisation for many decades. In the front line of the transition to a net-zero carbon economy, the region faces the challenge of transitioning to low-carbon steel production or facing the future closure of the steel industry. To tackle the challenge, there is an emphasis on technological solutions, such as the reuse of waste gases and diversification strategies. The cultural significance of Port Talbot is also highlighted by local residents. The Krakow metropolitan area has long been dealing with severe pollution problems. The inexistence of a harmonised approach to these issues among the metropolitan area municipalities further aggravated Krakow's pollution problems. To tackle the situation, Krakow started to implement innovative solutions in public transportation, as well as new educational approaches to raise awareness and increase engagement among the citizens. This is a brief overview of the complex challenges these 6 carbon-intensive regions have been facing and the coping strategies they are enacting. The detailed analysis, developed following a multi-level co-creation process, will allow entrances to build a set of policy recommendations aiming to improve the impact of the clean energy transition process in Europe. You can find out more about these regions' challenges in the case study reports available on Entrance's website. Thank you for watching. We're happy to have you with us on this research journey.